Great morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday's advanced class. Today we have a secondary class after this one. This is meant for our friends on Australia and other parts of the world that cannot attend to these ones, or maybe a little bit too late for them or too early for them to attend to this kind of classes. Today I want to take a look at the short I took on Bitcoin that we were talking about, and I told you guys not to follow because that was a very extremely dangerous trade. Nonetheless, I want to take the time to show you guys how I performed it and also what are the characteristics that I was looking in the market to be able to perform it. Although I took that trade on the 4th hour, I almost immediately closed it because that was the purpose, just to maximize my profits and just, like grind it a little bit on that one. Remember, I also was completely transparent with you guys and show you and send you some receipts on my position. It was a 112 position at 20x that I was opening, and I trained lead retracement on 3% Bitcoin. Also, the first time that we had a 3% retracement, for some reason Binance did not cut my entry, and then when I went up, when it went up again and do that very fast 3% retracement, it did cut into my trade. And basically, as soon as I was able to take some profits, I did 50% out at 70% gains. And then when it came back down at somewhere around 100% gains of whatever it was left, I took the other 50 out. So basically, let's just round it up to 70% overall. And yeah, that was a pretty nice trade. Basically, it's going to be buying me dinner for tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, I'm going to go out with the boys and do some partying. All right, let me get started with you guys because you guys are the most important part of Chartbrand and of course of this class. And also for the new members, remember that this is the way that you can let me know what assets should I be taking a look at. And also, oh, look at that, I changed from blue to orange. There we go. Seems like I could be the next president of the States, right? Just kidding. Of course, that was a joke. We'll see. I need to update my thing there. Give me one second. Kraken, Coinbase, all are. Yes, I know. That was a major thing happening there. I mean, Jesus, that was something to note, right? I mean, again, that is something that we have seen throughout many times in the bull markets, and that is happening again. I mean, I'm not one to say that it's cool because it is not. I mean, at all, it's completely nonsense. Nevertheless, I mean, we're back. We're cracked with that thing. Let me see if I'm too orange or not. Let me see if I can fix myself in here. There we go. I look a little more integrated in here. Let me click apply and okay, perfect. Let's move on with you guys and let me start shouting out the variants in the class. Pro Habit UK, what's up, brother, and welcome. Also, we have Speed, what's up, brother, and welcome back. Great to see you here. Tesla Pilot, what's up, brother. Little Fish, welcome. Samurai, how is it going? We also have here Martin G, what's up, Martin G, welcome back. Samurai, Spastic Spartan, what's up, brother. We also have Crypto Seeker, what is up, brother. 83JP, welcome back, Samurai. What else we have here? One way, what's up, brother. Welcome back, Samurai. And as always, we have RC2 keeping the server clean and also solving any and all of our questions. So thank you so much for your hard work. Also, what to do is shout out for the rest of the support team, which are Nesmil, 30, and Fritz. So guys, thank you so much for your hard work on the server. So let's move on into the charts because we have a ton to look at and also a great setup to start looking. Also, guys, it might take me a minute because I need to restart my PC before the class. Hey, no lethal, welcome, Samurai. Great to see you around. And I need to sign back into my broker so I can give you guys exact entry points and exit points so we can follow up on TradingView. All right. So yo, what's up? So let's go to my charts here in the meantime, and let's go to see my spaghetti. So first of all, I was looking at Atom. All right. Before we go into the setup, I was looking at Atom. All right. Remember that I have a possible target all the way up there. But right now I'm seeing that I am kind of like doing a flip of the ribbon here. And better than that, I also have a long TP1. All right, so I need to be careful. Yes, I know I'm still very bullish. I'm still very bullish. All right, and this is gonna be my trend line that I will be looking after. And also the consolidation score is very low. Therefore, it means that we are still within the trend. What is the trend? Very clearly uptrending, right? I also can define that with my prime score. So my prime score is very bullish. So I could be expecting a little bit of further move to the upside. Nonetheless, I'm starting to have a little bit of those bearish signals. So I will be moving carefully with Atom. Just so you know, my Atom entry was very low. It was somewhere around this area on the breakout and retest. And then I'm only hovering over to see when am I going to be re-entering. By the way, Atom, that entry is not a trading entry. It was a holding entry. So basically not counting for my win rate so far. And my holdings, I will be holding them throughout the bull market or majority of the bull market, just so you guys know what kind of like a long-term scenario I'm talking about. All right, so moving forward, let's go, or give me guys 1 second. In the meanwhile, I'll open up my browser, my broker. Hey, what is up? Let me see who we got in here. What is up, Crypto Viking? Welcome, brother. Welcome. Great to have you here. So, by the way, guys, if you want to take a look at any other asset in the meantime, please let me know right here which asset you want me to take a look at. Remember, this is not a crypto exclusive zone. We also do Forex. We also do metals. We also do anything that you guys want me to take a look at. So feel free to let me know. In the meantime, I sign up. By the way, this short, I took it on Binance. All right. So I have nothing with nor against Binance. So this is not a recommendation. And remember, you need to be very careful on which broker you're going to be choosing. All right. So I'm completely logged out. So give me guys 1 second. I need to do my 2FA and of course send my keys right here for approval. Just 1 second. All right, and it's taking too long. Here we go. Perfect. Futures. Let me go to futures here and let me get started with looking at my trade history. So let's go to 1 week because that was yesterday. All right, so we have an open short. All right, let's see. Open short day. What is it? And it was open at 62,304.40. All right, that was a trailing entry. So let me go ahead and place it here. So it is going to be, let me just copy and paste it. Let me see if I can do that. Nope, 62,300. Let's call it just for ease of mining here. So let me go to my charts on Bitcoin. Here we go. And it seems like we're going to keep having a little bit of retracement. And we already are expecting that. Remember this other chart that I'm looking here? So yeah, as you can see, I am expecting an oscillating system right here. And so far, it's been playing out very, very, very nicely. All right. So just so you guys know, let me go to a cleaner chart here. Let me remove everything. And then I'm gonna get a short position somewhere around here. All right, and then I'm gonna go double click and then inputs, and under inputs I'm gonna set my entry price that it was. Let me go take a look at here. All right, open short 62,300. So 62,304 point. Let me see. 0.40. All right, perfect. So that was my entry right there. Let's take a look at how it went. So basically I open up a trailing entry for a short. All right, and that trailing entry basically was pushed to be for a 3% retracement. So let's take a look at that retracement. Here we go. We have the price action. It was somewhere around here. As you can see, that was almost, let me just pull it here. There we go. Perfect 3% retracement. And then when I broke that 3% retracement, it opened up my position. So basically it went all the way back down here when it was somewhere around this area on the same candle. All right, somewhere around that area on the same candle. I took my first 50% out and I was at 70% gains, right? And then when it went all the way back down here, somewhere where I was already 100% gains, I'm talking about the same candle, all right? I took the rest of my position. Remember that I'm looking for that volatility, and I'm not like too long into or not too into shorting a bull market, all right? Nevertheless, let's take a look at their characteristics and why did I chose to do that. Let's get started first with big support and resistances, all right? So let me see if I have anyone here. Let's see, let's do, after this one, let's do XRP. By the way, XRP, amazing entry that we got. Now that I have my broker, I'm gonna show you our entry on that one. It caught it like amazingly. All right, XRP. So let's do XRP. Then we're gonna be visiting what was comp. COM. All right, let me do COMP. Perfect. Then TIA. All right, and say. All right, let's do say then. And comp TSA. Oh, thank you for that, Crypto Viking. Thank you for doing that. Those follow-ups on everybody's there. Thank you so much for that. And then if we have chance or if we have space, we're gonna be doing Mavia and Sui. So Mavia, and we already got there. Mavia and Sui. Perfect. Let's go. Are you day trading? No, I don't do anything of those, name master. I don't care about day trading, scalping, swing trading. I don't care. In fact, I hate those kind of classifications because I just look at the charts, look at where my support, where's my resistance, crazy support for entry and crazy resistance to exits for longs, the other way around. So whatever it fits in, right? I mean, does that answer to your question? Please let me know. That is an important question, by the way. What I am gonna be telling you, it is I try to classify myself as a 4-hour scalper. But I mean, I just go into the 4 hour because that is my most profitable time frame, and I just do whatever trade it's telling me there to do, right? I mean, that doesn't mean, very important, that doesn't mean that I just sit and click buy or sell. No. I sit in here, analyze the charts, look for crazy support for entries for long, crazy resistance for exits for longs, or entries for shorts, and then I move from there. Does that make sense? It's a lot about the chart setup. Best risk to reward. Yep, exactly. You are completely right. So it's not that I'm gonna be day trading, scalping, or swing trade, or whatever it does on the 4 hour that works for me. I know. All right, moving forward, let's take a look at the support and resistance. I'm gonna leave this alone for a little bit, all right? And I'm gonna go here. Oh, come on. And I'm gonna start going in here into the weekly. Into the daily. So first on daily. And by the way, if you want to take a look at daily support and resistance, you can turn them on your Market Dynamics Pro and turn on the multi-time frame support and resistance, all right? Just so you know, look at my daily support or my daily resistance. It's all the way up here, all right? I already have gone through the process, but let's do it once again. Looking manually, these big support and resistances. Why? Because I already have them right here on automatic, right? But I have a big zone between them. Therefore, I'm looking for a more specific area in here, right? So the heavy lifting is already have done by chart prime, all right? Let's do the fine tuning. What is the fine tuning? Let's look at what happened here, what happened here, and what happened here. Why am I looking at those areas? Because the price action was basically at those areas, right? So the first thing that I did that I started looking at, it's gonna be, look at that right here. I have some ranging action going on, all right? And that, in fact, that was my trailing entry. Then I'm gonna be looking at the next areas. What are those next areas? Well, where I do see, and let me go a little bit in here, all right, a little closer. I'm gonna be looking at those areas are where my wicks are, right? Like for example, I see a wick in here, I see another wick, I see another wick. So let's go and do this one right there, all right? Just so you know where I'm pulling them from, all right? All the way down there. And also I might be seeing a couple of those here, here, and here, right? So this is a little bit of a better one, right? Because look at that, it is closer to this one. This one goes through but does not break it, touches, all right, breaks it, right? But then breaks it again, right? touches, very close to touching it, and then again, look at that, support, 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 resistance, resistance, so on and so forth, right? So I could actually see that it is the same area as this other one that I did earlier. So let me just remove that one so I don't have too many things overlapping each other, all right? So that is gonna be almost it. I will also take care of this one thing here. So I will be doing that one here because it touched this one, and breaks that one, right? Again, look at that, my support and resistance, or the heavy lifting. The most important part is it's already been plotted by chart prime, right? And that's going to be my main area, right? But what I'm trying to do is calculate the volatility that I could be looking in the markets, right? So another thing, guys, and this is a special question, especially for variance, but not limited to variance only, all right? So remember, guys, especially for the numbers, I'm trying to get you to type in here, right? To speak in here, to let me know what you think, so you can earn free stuff, right? So that is my goal, to give away as much as we can, as we are able to give away, right? So make sure that you give it a guess if you don't know the answer, and if you do, also make sure that you type it. Don't matter if somebody else has already typed it, just go ahead and do it, all right? What is something, little fish already typing? Love it, brother, love it, love it. This is what I love about you guys, veterans. I mean, you guys had always the first. Love it. That's why you are where you are right now. Guys, that is worth it too. Love it, love it. All right, what is something else that I've been looking in the charts that today it's way, I mean, let me be a little more specific. It's not in the charts. Crypto Viking, there we go. Yay, woo. All right, it's not in the charts, but I've actually asked one way to make me the favor to post in here. And also, I believe Kim Cool has already also posted it, another link that look a little bit sleeker, and it seems to be something like a speedometer, right? What is that called, and what am I waiting on that one? And if you have the link, extra kudos for you. So let's see, Spastic Spartan, Crypto Viking. Also, remember, give it a guess, give it a guess. Fear and Greed Index, there you go. Yes, Fear and Greed Index. Remember that I've been looking at the Fear and Greed Index to start getting on extreme greed, right? We've been hovering between greed and extreme greed, right? That is one of the main points that I've been looking for to start adventuring in high volatility areas, right? And what am I going to be looking for a high volatility area when I'm bullish? Retracements, all right? Retracement, but short-term retracement. Hey, Crypto Viking, there you go, brother. Extra kudos for Crypto Viking. Let's click on that Fear and Greed Index and let's pull it up here. Look at that. Look at this area right here. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, we are on 78 grid. All right. So I do recall. Oh, stock markets. Let's go to crypto. Here we go. Grid again, right? So I am looking at this area to start looking for volatility zones. And I already have gone into my charts and uncharted, right, those volatility zones. So let's take a look at those results because we already have gone through this, right? And look at that beautiful rejection out of this area. Remember, I don't know which area is gonna get it going. All right. And also, let me show you that I'm looking at two main channels. This channel, this empty space, and this other channel. To be fair, my entry, my first trailing entry was somewhere around here. All right, that was my first early entry. So let's go to the 4 hours so you guys can see what happened somewhere around there. Oh, sorry, my bad. Now that I see it, sorry, my bad. I need to tell you guys that this was my first entry. This retracement, it was on my measurements of 3%. In fact, I believe it was a little bit higher, 3.14. For some reason, maybe it did not happen as I thought it happened, but for some reason, it did not cut it. All right. And that was fine. That was fine. In fact, that was better for me. So I actually came here and we got it on record, right? When I told you guys, it just retraced, did not take my entry. Nevertheless, my entry, it is the same. It kept trailing up and pushing this retracement up here. And I was almost sure that I was going to have that retracement here. But because I don't know, right? We need to embrace that. Guys, we are humans. And we're going for something crazy, right? Which is, and by the way, All right. By the way, I don't know, depending on this candle, I might enter for another high risk short position on Bitcoin. Why? I already have a bearish divergence. I'm on the red in here, and I'm having a outstanding, and I'm gonna call that what I call it between quotation outstanding candle there. If that candle closes as it is right now, I might be venturing for entering into a short. All right, not there yet. This is not financial advice, and please, 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 if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're a beginner, do not, follow these trades blindly. All right, also, this is going to be extremely high risk entry. If I take it, I don't even know if I'm going to be taking it. All right, but just so you know, that's what I'm seeing right now. All right, so what I had, it just went all the way here. So I keep pushing my trailing entry. Remember, I am expecting for a 3% retracement. And then when that 3% retracement happened, that entry opened up, all right? And then on the same candle, retraced. How do I know those 3%? So before we venture in that one, let's go to daily and do a step-by-step process on this kind of movement. Step number one, all right, it is we are close to a major resistance on a bull market, which is cycle high. That is no kidding. That is no joke, right? And we are pre-halving, guys, right? This is just mind-blowing. So I know there's going to be a lot of pressure. Step number two, all right, setting up my volatility areas by support and resistances with chart prime. Then fine-tune those areas with manual support and resistance areas where I see the majority of the wicks on the previous cycle high. All right, this is not like the previous wick high, right? This is not like the previous pivot point. This is previous retracement on the whole Bitcoin cycle. This is serious zones. All right, I do see I have a couple of things in here. Let me go ahead and read you guys. Thank you for the link. Oh, that goes for Crypto Viking. So thank you, Crypto Viking, for that link. All right. Now, step number three. All right. Acknowledging that I don't know. All right. Step number 3.1. This is crazy dangerous. So I need at least some plan, right? I'm not just gonna go and jump into the sharks just because, right? I will try to do my best to look at where I can take advantage and also where I can move with smart money. All right. So let's go now to adding the second most important part, or sorry, the third most important part in here, which is going to be my volume profile magnifier or my VPVR. Here we go. Important. Look at how this is going to be changing, all right? And just for that, let me just clean things up a little bit, all right? So my support and resistances. And look at how when I start moving in, this is going to change. And let's wait for that little eye to start moving. Look at that, look at that. And it changed, right? Guys, something happened here that I don't want it to happen. And can you guys tell me what is it happening, right? And what I just did that I should have not done on this specific analysis, please let me know. Give it a guess. By the way, give it a guess. I know it's a little bit ambiguous, my question, right? I know it's a little bit ambiguous, but if I say a little bit more, I might giving away the answer. And I want you guys to give it a guess because you guys are earning free stuff, all right? Just by participating. Here we go. Did you change the time frame? No, I did not change my time frame, but it kind of like it has to do with that. Kind of. Is there a video explaining the advantages and disadvantages using different time frames? No, but that is in classic literature. That is kind of like a one-on-one trading, and I can tell you right away, different time frames give you different volume, and also give you different time. Give you time perspective. All right. So depending on what you're trying to do or trade, or how fast of a trade you're looking for, you're gonna be moving between a cluster of time frames. So there you go. Also, the higher the time frame, the greater the result, or the bigger the result, right? The more and the lower the time frame, the easier to break those support resistance are, and also the smaller the result that we can be expecting. Always wonder what it changes. And guys, I always explain this, so pay attention. All right, pay attention. Many use different time frames to evaluate price action. Absolutely, fish. Yes, great answer there. So this is a volume profile based on volume. All right. Also important. This is dynamic, and remember, this is the part I always explain. So alert. All right, pay attention. This thing, it's going to be measuring from the first candle on your chart to the last candle on your chart. Does that answer the question? Please let me know. I'm going to be explaining further ahead. But does that give you a hint of what that changes? Perfect. All right. Therefore, to answer my own question, if I want to know where the smart money acting upon on this area, right here, I only have these candles. And I want historical data, right, to analyze and compare to what's happening right now. Does that make sense? Perfect. So what do I need to do to make my my volume profile, my magnifier, to get me the information that I want? I need to feed it the data. Zoom out. Perfect. Zoom out. Love it. Yes. Zoom out. Yes. I need to give it the information, feed it the information that it needs. And the only way that I can do that is by getting those candles in my screen for it to analyze, right? And guys, you just nailed it. I mean, you guys sometimes explain things much better than I do. Zoom out, right? Zoom out. Let's zoom out then. Only look at those candles. Yes, also. Look at those candles, but we need those candles, right? So let's zoom out in here and let's just wait and let's I mean, as close as we can. It doesn't need to be perfect, right? In fact, I can zoom in just a little bit more and then start moving this around. And that looks good enough, right? Good enough. So let's just now drop this menu, wait for that little eye to start moving around, and there we go. All right. Now we have historical data right here. And even I would love to have the secondary one in here. So therefore, I will be zooming a little bit more out in here so I can fit this area and this other area. All right. Again, just waiting for a little bit. Here we go. It seems like it already have updated. And now I have a much more accurate section. Next question. This is important. We are still in step 3. Remember, 3.1. And this is kind of like a 3.2, right? But this is the most important part, all right? How do I distinguish smart money from retail money? And let me clear this up. The only thing I'm going to be doing right here, all right, is turning off just for now, because I'm going to be looking at them far ahead, my predictive ranges. It's just a little bit too messy at this point, right? We have a ton of things. Let me just kind of like make it as clean as possible, right? All right. What is the main difference from retail money and smart money? Let me know. Retail is high volume. Yes. High volume. There's something else. High volume and what else? High volume, large bars. Love it. Yes. That is the same thing. Mostly the same thing, right? POC. It has to do with the POC, brother. Very good catch, but not quite. All right, not quite. Dumb money, kind of. I don't want to call it dumb money because at the end of it all, retail money, it's all of us, right? We all in the same boat, right? And I mean, and we create support and resistances, right? Love it, guys. Love it. I love you so much. You guys make me enjoy these classes so much. All right. I know. All right, but let me give you the hint. Big volume, small price reaction. All right. So basically a ton of volume and something like a range. Does that make sense? Why? Because smart money get all of us fighting each other. And that's not cool. We need to get together to start working with or against the whales, right? But so far, that's what we can still look at historical data and learn from that and also seeing it being applied, right? I mean, there is no way for me to say this is retail money 400% sure, right? But I mean, it's just a characteristic of retail money. And it just follows so closely that I can almost assure you, right, that this is mainly retail money. All right. Retail money, huge volume, and what I just said, huge volume, and what else? What else? What's the second one? It has to do with the price action. Touches, ranges, or no reaction to the price, right? Huge volume doesn't change the price much. Exactly. Limited price action, perfect. Yes, love it. Ranging price, yes, love it. Exactly. You guys are nailing it. Yeah. So let's go to the charting here and look at that huge volume here. Look at that huge bar in here, right? Huge bar. And what happened? Nothing. I mean, mainly nothing. Yes, this is a daily range. And that was very profitable. In fact, the veterans trade this one with me, right? It was pretty cool. All right, nonetheless. But for daily standards, this is a ranging area, isn't it? Then look at these huge bars down here, and what are we doing? Huge ranges, right? Infinite ranges almost. Now, very important. What is, oh shoot, my chair is just dropping. All right. What is now the characteristics of smart money? Hint, it's exactly the opposite of retail money. Really, I'm pretty excited. Smart money is when less volume but huge movement in price. Yes, low volume, large price movement. Exactly. Guys, warning here. Warning. Usually smart money is being input by people that has a ton of money. All right? And if we compare it to retail money, of course, it's itty bitty tiny volume compared to that. But remember, smart money is moved by less people or less entities than retail money. All right. Huge warning. Retail can easily overthrow smart money. Easily. Right? It just needs a snowball effect. Therefore, entering on smart money zones, it is a good idea, but also involves the risk. Like, for example, what kind of risk? The same risk that I confronted, and that's why I enter and exit on the same candle. I shorted at smart money areas, but retail, it's FOMOing in like crazy, right? And what we just learned, that retail holds the power, the real moving power. All right. Let me ask you a question. I know the answer. It is institutional money, but let's think it twice for a bit. All right. On the ETF, can you buy ETFs? Let me know. Can you buy ETF? Can you move your, how's it called, 401k or something like that? I don't quite remember. Yeah, your savings, right? To ETF Bitcoin? Yes, the answer is yes. So, despite an ETF it's built for institutional money to come in, it also permeates, right? And holds retail money. Correct? Does that make sense? Yes or no? 401k, perfect. 401k, perfect. Love it. Thank you for that. 83JP, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Yes. So the answer is yes. ETF holders. Give me one name of an ETF holder. I cannot say it, but we all are thinking about the same one. Go ahead and type it for me. Perfect. Perfect, right? Perfect. Love it. Love you guys. I mean, you guys are amazing. So they're getting Bitcoin. By the way, I just had on the Piper Academy right here on my phone. Let me see if I still have it. Here we go. I believe I still have it open. Just in. Oh, I closed it. All right. Just in. It was something like just in on Bitcoin. Sorry, on Twitter. Just in. BlackRock owns like 9,000 something, so many $billion on Bitcoin, right? Who you think they're buying that to sell to? So despite institutional money, it's getting Bitcoin. Who is financing that Bitcoin? Who is actually paying for that Bitcoin? They are the master manipulators. Yes, yes they are. They are. All right. Yeah. All right. I should have said that, but yeah. Retail money. Yes. Institutional money with retail money, right? So, again, retail money beholds the power to move the market, right? And sometimes ETF can help move the market. I'm not going to say help. all right, to move the market. So now that we're understanding that and we understand the risk of moving with areas of smart money, remember that that smart money can become retail areas if retail has FOMO. All right. There we go. Thank you for that. BlackRock 8.7 trillion. Holy Jesus. Yeah, and who thinks is buying that I mean, yes, BlackRock at first hand, but who's gonna be selling that too, right? I mean, there we go. All right. I know it's a lot of talk, but guys, we need to make sure that we fairly understand this because this is a high risk, highly profitable, but high risk movement. And this is supposed to be an advanced class, right? So remember, all newbies, and there's nothing bad to be a newbie, right? All newbies, learn this. Do not apply it yet, all right? You'll feel when you can start applying it, and you don't go from zero to hero, right? This is a process. We all start learning, and by knowing the options, you can start identifying what's a good position to start jumping into that kind of movements, all right? So, all right, now, where is my smart money? Look at that. Big movement, big movement, big movement, big movement, big movement. And if I now turn on my volatility areas, right, and I see, let me turn them off, low volume, and remember, this didn't exist at the time, all right? Low volume, and look at that, all right? Look at that. Big retracements, right? I mean, that is the top of the previous cycle, right? So this is what? This is a zone of what kind of money? Let me know. Oh, Seva, think again your answer. I think you got the right concept, but I believe that you're confusing them because we're moving very fast. Remember, retail money, lots of volume, small price reaction, right? And at this point, I have big price reaction, small volume. Does that make sense? Perfect, exactly. There you go. You got it, buddy. Yes. So that is not retail, but is what kind of money? Smart money. There you go. You got it. I did not read it, but you did said it. Yes, perfect. So those are the areas that I'm looking to enter, right? Now let's do something. Let's take a look at the elephant of the room. All right, perfect. I can see retail, smart-ish money, right? And I believe that will be it, because we were already at this area when we start doing this analysis, right? Where did I freaking short, right? Where do I open my short? Does that make sense? Do you also feel the need of answering that question or not? Perfect. Makes sense. Yes, makes sense. So the answer is that we don't know. We don't know, right? And this is important, guys. I mean, let me ask you a question here, and this goes for all the YouTubers. Hopefully, guys, you can see it. And this goes also with all of my heart. We need to embrace that we all are imperfect, right? Knowing it's for something that it's already has happened, right? Because there is no room for mistakes, correct? So if you either come from the future, right, or you're a wizard, I don't think that you actually know, right? Therefore, we need to embrace that we don't know. So how many YouTubers you guys see saying, well, I don't know, but I'm gonna do my best with my technical analysis, right? What is the importance of stating that you don't know something? If you state that you know something, you're gonna act on what you know, all right? Leaving, as we stated, no chance for mistake because you know, all right? If you state that you don't know something, you're gonna act carefully with a plan because you're knowing that you're adventuring on the unknown. Does anybody likes hunting? Don't hate me for this, but do you guys like hunting? Or do you guys like trailing, like going into the, I don't know, the forest, doing stuff, like venturing into the forest? What happens, and I want to say this, right, with the forest, not with the hunting, but with the forest, because when you hunt, you go into the forest, right? Or into the jungle in my case. Snipping. Snipping, snipping, what's snipping? Let me know. What do you mean with snipping? All right, when you're venturing into an unknown trail, because you don't know what is from that point on, you know you can get lost. You can lose yourself in the forest, right? Then, exactly, you will tread carefully in the unknown. Exactly. You get your radio, you mark the spots, maybe you do a trail, right? Maybe you start breaking some little things so you know where you're coming from. I don't know. You do something, whatever you guys like to do, all right? Depending on what you're doing, either hunting or trailing, right? And we need to start moving carefully because it's the unknown, all right? Therefore, step number 4, all right, getting in with a plan. If I don't know when it's going to be retracing, let's take a look at geometry and let's do an analysis on what is the retrace factor on those areas. All right, let's do that. This is going to be the next important part. All right, and this is going to be a little bit of TA. So for that, I'm going to go both daily and 4 hours. The first thing I need to start measuring, it is a standard measure by proportion. By the way, BNB just hit alert. We're going to see that in a second. All right, live. Love when we have alerts on live. Love it. All right, guys, this is going to be important. Look at this. I'm going to measure, for example, this movement, it says that it's negative 25%. What if I just, without moving it from side, look at that. It was very close to this trend line, all right? I put it all the way here and change it 25% out of what it was. Oh, is it the same? This thing is just killing me. All right. I need to, yeah, it's because it's the same area. But this is, all right. It wasn't as dramatic as I was expecting, but I know why. Look at the numbers here. If I move it up and down, now that's when it started changing. All right, up and down. Look at that. Not sideways is also changes, but slightly. Look at that. It changes, but it is the exact same measurement. All right. So it is not about the actual percentage. It's about the measured moved. Does that make sense? By the way, a little caveat here, it is that the measured moved, it is also based on volume and coin cap, all right? So let me read you guys. This is important. So we can know that itty bitty of a change so you don't get like you don't get deceived when measuring that. Makes sense. Perfect. All right. I did not take that exactly into consideration when I said the 3% retracement, and it did not join my 3%. This is exactly what happened. I was short for maybe 1 or 2 cents or dollars or whatever, but it increased the percentage. That's why 3% is different here than there. Does that make sense? It's completely different. So we are not looking for an actual percentage number here. We're looking for a retracement area that indicates me that I'm gonna be going down, all right? At this point, let's measure it. And I'm gonna be measuring those little peaks in here, right? So this kind of, look at this movement, like it went up and retraced. And how big of a movement do I want to catch? Maybe that was it, right? Look at that. Maybe that was it, but you start now looking at that percentage, 7%, right? Yes, you get on the back of your head because it's not going to be the same one as this one, right? And this is a 6%, but it's not that far away, right? What I'm measuring, I'm trying to measure a retracement that then led me to a further move to a downside, all right? So I could also be looking at other areas here. Let me show you. Let's see, here we go, this one. I mean, this percentage, again, it was good enough. Look at that. Yes, it went up, but if I retrace, I mean, this was worth to gain some money. And I still went back down all the way here, all right? Now that I start having kind of like that movement, all right, let's keep doing it and fine-tuning because I don't want the full retracement because I'm going to be entering right when it's going to be bouncing up, all right? I want to enter, right, on something smaller that leads me for that same candle to maybe go back down, get some profits. And if it was volatility and not a retracement, I can still make it out alive. All right. So this is actually my retracement area. This is the point where I start looking at these candles. Look at that. It gets reduced of candles. Now, do you see that number there? Can you read that number there on that week? All right. Let me know. If you can, please let me know and put it, oh, what is it? Right here. It is a, there we go. I see it. I see it, buddy. I see it typing. Yes, 3.6. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Yes. So let's take a look at what happened there. So 3%, and I still went back a little bit down here. All right. So let's see if I can catch that same 3%. All right. Look at 3% with retracement with the next candle. All right. Let me see if I can zoom in better. All right. 3% all the way here. Change of candle. 3% was hit right here. And then I still had some more to go. Let's take a look at the next one. All right. Look at that. 3%, then went up again, and 3%, and I still had a little bit to go here for the same candle to my support and resistance lines. Does that make sense? Does now you see where that percentage start getting built up on that retracement? I need also to take a look at what is going to be a small enough percentage of retracement that will get me in trouble. All right. Let's do that at the bottom of those movements. Like, for example, let me give you one of those examples right here. If I went like, let's see, this retracement right here. If I went, all right, if I went larger or smaller on this retracement, I might be getting trapped on this pullback area. All right. Let's go for another section. I believe that this is a little bit tricky one. Like, I want to go something going up. So let me go back in here and let me bring this with me. All right. So for example, here we go. This is not a 3% retracement, right? And yes, it was on this candle and still had a little bit. But if I reduced it, let me show you. If I reduce this one to something like that, yes, I could be going all the way here. But what if it retraces within the same candle, like in this one? Retrace on the same candle, all right? And then, whoop, look at that, kept going up. That's why I'm looking at the tops in here when I had that big enough retracement to start building on that snowball effect, all right? It is a finicky point of retracement. So let's go here, measure that one again, all right? And do that. It was at 3%. Here we go, at 3%, all right? Then let's take that one. Let's go all the way to my right. And now let's get going with the actual entry of the short, right? Again, step number 4, it is enter with a plan, all right? This is my plan. So, acknowledging that we don't know. If I don't know when is this going to be retracing, but I already know the retracement factor that I could be factoring in here, I know this could go terribly wrong, all right? This is serious. This is serious. I know this can go terribly wrong. I also stated a couple of things before I enter and let you know why was I entering. Do you guys remember what I said about the money that I was putting in here? Where that money came from? Let me know. And sorry, I spaced out 3%. Thank you for that, Crypto Viking and Spartak Sparring. Thank you, brother, for answering that one. He measured the top of each candle. That led to a huge drop after, and more or less that was some 3% movement that led to the big drops. Exactly. Yes. All right. Answering my question that I just said. Oh, I see Siva 24. What's up, brother? I'm very interesting to see what you got there for me. Thank you for summarizing. Oh yeah, thank you, Spartak Spartan. Love it, brother. So the next question I mentioned you is, where did I get this money from? All right. This is not my main wallet money. This is some money that I already have built up into my wallet and decided to use as what? As regular expenses, as taking profit money, as money that I'm going to be using for something else. All right. I decided that I'm cashing out on a little bit of my wallet. Does that make sense? Extra funds. There you go. Yes. Those are now classified as extra funds. I had a couple of options with those extra funds, right? It was at the beginning of the week. and I did not have anything planned with my friends, right? Let's also say that I'm not craving for anything. I don't actually need anything at this moment. My bills, thanks God, are paid, right? I'm doing cool. So I can either spend it with the family, maybe, but I already have a little bit of an extra funds that I was gonna be spending with the family, or I can take it to the casino. All right. So let's take it to the casino and go with a plan. We already have the plan. No need to buy flyers for honey. So can't spend a bit of money to gamble. Can spend a little bit of money of gamble. Yes. There we go. All right. So it is not quite there gambling, but it's in a crazy high risk area. All right. Love it, brother. Love it, Spartan. So let's try to duplicate it. But if I lose this money, I'm okay with it. I have fun. I already have practiced one of my high risk entries. I'm going cautions. I'm planning every single step of the way to get there, right? And I'm paying for my education. Does that make sense? This is important. I'm paying for my education. I'm just not going like for sport, right? And then just jumping into nowhere, right? I do have a plan. I'm planning to learn regardless the outcome. And if I messed up, I will be going back onto my steps and seeing what I did wrong there, all right? Again, I understand that this is a crazy high risk entry and I'm okay with the risk that it involved. And that money is not my rent money. It is not my children's money. I don't have children, by the way, but just having it as an example, all right? It is not my honey's money, right? It's not something that I'm gonna be taking out from her that I might already have planned or promised or anything like that, right? It's fun money. Perfect, exactly money that you can afford to lose. You need to have a trading account money or you will fail. You need to have a trading account money. Yes, and I do separate those monies, and that's a great comment there, Nick. So thank you for that. Money you can have false money you are trading with. I won't say it false because that is money that I can afford to lose. What would you already set yourself up for failure? No, that because we need to be straightforward with that. Yes, you're talking about a state of mind, but also not everything can be, like a state of mind. I get where you're coming from, and I completely agree with it, right? But sometimes it's important to say it kind of like in the raw way. Remember, I'm coming from big wins, right? So I do still have that mindset of gainings, right? But at this point, I need to set my feet on the ground, and I completely understand, Nick. So I'm completely understanding. I do agree that do not set yourself for failure before you even try it, right? Be optimistic, but with a plan. All right. So my way of catching this is that all right, this is money that I can afford to lose, but I'm not willing to lose. Does that make sense? Does that kind of like a clicks a little bit more on what do I have there? Perfect. Love it. Love it. So by the way, I freaking hate losing. Everywhere, everywhere. Do not play cards with me. I'm not the guy that throws the table around. I just don't like losing. I do bitch around a lot. Of course, always funny, but it hurts. Deep inside it hurts, right? So just so you know. Just so you know what kind of I know, but of loser I am, right? So I don't like losing. I don't like losing. I do everything I can not to lose. All right. So yeah, completely with you on that one. And I also think that your statement it's very in line of getting your mindset, but also we need to compensate for that equilibrium, right? I completely love it. Thank you for that, Nick. So appreciate your comment, and let me just tell you that I do agree. All right. Having said that, all right. Now I know that if everything goes wrong, I will be learning. I will be winning something regardless. All right. So let's roll. When I say roll, I already know the retracement factor. I don't know what's going to be retracing. So step number 5, how do you handle an unknown retracement, right? Well, we have a trailing entry. Sorry, we have a trailing entry option in many, if not all of the modern brokers, right? Which you can define a retracement percentage. But we already know that 3%, it's now a 3.5% in here, all right? Why? Because we're moving up and down, up and down. So I will be kind of like trying to compensate for that itty bitty movement that happens there, all right? So I go for a 3%, I went for a 3%, or I went for in fact, a slightly higher percentage that I took from my left, and I'm shrinking it to a 3% because it is the same distance. It is a different percentage based on where the price action is located at. Does that make sense? Again, look at that percentage. It is not changing, but if I'm moving up, again, the size is the same, but the percentage changes. All right? Perfect. Therefore, I decided, because that's the only thing or the only option that this broker gave me, is to set a retracement or a percentage of retracement. So I chose to going for the 3%. So when that 3% retracement happens, all right, let's go for that. What is it? 3%. There, good enough. It's good enough. You guys, 2.9, right? When that 3% retracement happens at a resistance, or at least within this area, all right, I know I'm onto something, and I'm gonna be like a hawk on this one. So remember, this is daily. Let's go to the 4-hour and wrap this class up. So I have my retracement. I enter the short, and I'm almost biting my nails. Why? I am a sentimental trader, right? I mean, I need to acknowledge this so I can combat it. All right, and then it goes down. Let me just start removing stuffing here. There we go. 3%, and on the retracement, it automatically opens my trade. It in the same candle, it goes down, and I'm saying, well, 70%. Remember, this could be a volatility movement. I'm already having 70% gains. What am I going to be doing? What would you be doing in that area? Remember, that is a high risk entry. What are you going to be doing? I'm getting my mind blown here. Thank you, brother. Love it, Spartan. Well, for me, I'm understanding the risk. And again, going back to the important commentary that Nixon made, I'm setting my mindset to win, not to lose. But winning doesn't mean jam it all together and hope for the best, right? So 70% in what that was a kind of like a 30 minutes straight or something, right? Holy Jesus. Let's just take at least maximize wins. I would say minimize losses, right? But again, yes, I'm trying to go with set myself to a win state mindset, but again, I need to avoid losing, right? Minimize losses. Yes. So I'm gonna be taking out some profits, right? I did took out 50%. I did take out 50%, move my stop to entry, and then waited. Now I have nothing else to lose. If it keeps going up, let it go up. I don't care. My stop is at entry, right? And I already walked away with a 50% gain that I did not have before, right? All right. I usually let it run larger, but then it went farther back down to 100% gains on the 50% trade that I still had in. Does that make sense? And I just said, oh, that's it. I'm just, nobody goes broke taking profit like Piper said, right? And at that point, I just called myself and I needed to set myself into the ground. That is 100% wins, or let's just call it 80, between 70 and 100. At the half, let's just meet at 80%. 80% overall with the casino money. Let's walk away being a champion, right? Let's walk away being a champion. So I took my money, said bye to that short, and that's it. Something important. One way, brother. Are you here? Are you here? I don't see ya. Oh, one way is not here. Yes, one way. No, one way is not here. Is it? All right. Variance. And I think you know what I'm calling one way. But what a big wick to the upside, or especially my brain catch it better on the downside. It's leading me to believe that it's going to happen up next. I know it's tricky. It's complex. Give it a guess. It's a pattern. It's I don't know if I can say a little bit more. It's kind of like a pattern. Little fish, what's up? What's up? You got me strapped to my chair. Absorption zone. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I mean, I need to say yes, absolutely. But also, when I say an absorption zone, there you go. There you go. I read it right there. Wyckoff, Tesla pilot. Brother. Yes. Usually, after an absorption zone, I'm looking for the Wyckoff method, right? So if I'm looking about the Wyckoff method, I'm also looking to what for the price to do what a what. I believe that this is possible. V-shaped recovery. There we go. Yes, the V-shaped recovery and V-shaped recovery we do have today. I mean, right? Because we're talking about a short. Does that make sense? So far, I'm speculating ahead, and for me, it's not worth keeping it because I know it's going back up. All right. Then I will have enough evidence that start jumping in again, maybe even in the same area. I don't know, but with a structure, which is the Wyckoff pattern structure that we have there. It's not there yet. I'm speculating on it. Does that make sense? Perfect. All right. So that's what I called out my short position, and I'm holding onto it. And this is what I told you guys that I might be able to jump into a short depending on this candle, because remember what I got here, another resistance here, and not only that, I have here my little range going down, V-shaped recovery, which by the way I believe that it could be this one, right? And then a high or a low no lower than this previous ranging zone, right? Which will indicate me that I could be ranging here. And this is not new. We've been looking at this for the past days. Remember this one? This one I built it up with you guys. And that is confluence among different strategies. All right. So far, I know it's a lot. I know we are even 16 minutes above time here. Hey, Paven, what's up, brother? Great to see you here. Guys, any questions? So, distribution. That depends. We don't know. It could be redistribution or accumulation. That depends on where that Wyckoff pattern breaks to, right? Because if it breaks to the upside, it's going to be called one. If it breaks to the downside, it's going to be the other one. But Seva, let me give you a pro tip here, which is, you know the boundaries of that either distribution or accumulation phase, don't you? Wyckoff method gives you the heads up on how to calculate those areas. So you could, and this is not financial advice, you could start applying now a hedging strategy. And when you're hedging a range, does it matter what it breaks to? Let me ask you that question. And I want your honest answer. Didn't understand the question. All right. If you know that you could be either in distribution or accumulation zones, right? If you study the Wyckoff method, you know that you can calculate what's going to be the limits of those of that movement, which is a range, right? So far, so good. Let me know. Perfect. If you are speculating that you could be getting to a range, this could be a great opportunity, not financial advice, to enter or start applying a ranging strategy or a hedging strategy. Are you familiar with what a hedge is or what a hedging strategy is? Perfect. If you are hedging a range, does it matter whether that range breaks to the upside or it breaks to the downside? Does it? Yes or no? And again, we might have different answers, and that's completely fine. Crypto outpost. No, it doesn't. Perfect. I also am with you. No, it doesn't. Because regardless what it breaks, you're gonna make a buck, right? Also, let me read Crypto Secret. What's up, brother? Welcome. by the way. Peter dollar falling hard. Oh, falling hard. The earliest bankers are now running scared. 90k, 120k ranging coming with 88k flow. Thank you for that. L time hyper halving. Even analysts agree. Do you know my answer, brother? Petrolor. Yes, no Peter. Yeah, I misread there. You know my answer. Absolutely. BOS break of structure. Is that what you meant there? You have. Oh no, no, sorry. My bad. Hedged because you have hedge. Yes, no difference. Yes, and hit those like buttons. Absolutely. Thanks for the clarification there. Anytime. Also, I'm skipping Pro Habit UK. What's up? What's the best way to hedge? I don't know the answer for that, but I do have a strategy. Let's take a look at that strategy tomorrow because we are over time right now. And I mean, there is no best way to hedge. What is the best way to eat your ice cream? That depends on you, right? Maybe you're very thirsty and then you like choking on it, right? And I'm saying that with all due respect, by the way, because I do choke on ice cream a lot. All right. Or maybe you like to take a little bites, right? So whatever is the case, tomorrow we can take a look at the hedging possibilities, and also I'm going to show you my hedging strategy. Does that make sense? Or do you agree on that one? Let me know. Okay, perfect. Anytime. What do you think about XRP? I bought XRP a little bit a while ago on this retrace. My entry went in perfectly. So I'm bullish on XRP long time. By the way, Valentine. That's what I have. Not financial advice, by the way. And not for a trading scenario, for a long-term scenario. That sounds good. Perfect. Perfect. Takes anytime. Guys, let's go to the solo camp here. I have got 3 trades running, 2 out of 3 wins. Spartan Spastic, love to hear that, brother. Let's cash those trades. I'm not saying to close them. I'm just saying to make sure that you make a buck on them. All right. So whatever the plan you have for those trades, make sure it counts. All right, and stay safe. Stay safe. Remember, always plan against losing. All right. Let's see, great class, OC. Thank you, little fish. Thank you, brother. Thank you, OC. By the way, I already have uploaded 2 classes to my channel, and I'm gonna be posting them on right here on the classes right now, and also gonna be working on this class and uploading it by the end of the day. By the way, guys, I've received a couple of comments that what do you OC doesn't post at the end of the class? That has to do with my working schedule. Sometimes it's a little bit too heavy. I need to, like be here and there. And I also remember that I am also a trader, and for me to able to keep trading and also show you my trades, I need to do my due diligence, do my investigation, and sometimes I need to either decide to do one or the other. Nonetheless, again, I'm back on my regular uploaded schedules, but if I miss 1 or 2, be patient with me. They're all going to be up there, probably especially this kind of classes. By the way, this is going to be one of those important classes that I'm going to be tagging and also reposting it on the quick tip, on the, not quick, but on the tips and tricks area. Many thanks, OC. Many thanks for you, Spartan, Crypto Viking, Crypto Seeker, Seva. So guys, thank you very much for being here. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.